This is not what this grill's made for.
It is today.
Oh, it's heavy. Let me get back in here.
This is not what this grill's made for.
It is today. Welcome back to CNC Equipment's YouTube channel. We're putting a transmission together and we're cooking on the grill.
Need some hot water.
We need some hot water for bearings. Got to swell them out. So if you guys have not seen, there's a previous video on this truck. We had some rodent infestation. Got in my clutch, messed it up, put a bunch of... Grandpa Gus. Where was Grandpa Gus when this happened? So they put a bunch of insulation in my pressure plate, and I think it may have messed up my input shaft. Anyway, it dropped out second gear synchronizer here. You guys can go back and see all that
Wasn't
carnage.
It covered in warranty?
It was not. Let's not get into warranty stuff. So while you guys were gone, I did get in the new clutch from South Bend here. I've got it put in there. Nothing special about it. It is a double disc clutch, but went ahead and put the brand new clutch, flywheel, double disc, both of them in there. So that's all brand new. But now I just got to remember how all this goes back together. I offered Uncle Scott $20 to figure out
Work hard for $20.
why that slider won't go back over there.
We're going to put it on Kevin's tab in Idaho.
So the last video I got all these parts cleaned up. We did just get all of our bearings in. We got new bearings, seals, synchronizers, and all that good stuff. So we got our main shaft up here. We're going to start Don't put that up.
20 bucks is 20 bucks.
For some reason,
Give me a hammer.
this one's not going in right. I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out here.
Line up the short tooth with what? Where's the other? What was the other thing?
What have we been doing for the last hour?
Puzzles.
Puzzles. So these synchronizer ring, I had to pull a YouTube video out. Synchronizer rings only go on one way. There is a short.
Call the guy?
No, I didn't. That's what everybody does to us. Look at Uncle Scott. There's a short tooth on this gear right here, and it's got to line up with this short tooth right here, but there's 3 short tooths on this gear, and this collar line has to be up. So there's about...
You have to put, where's the collar? Where's the short?
This little groove's got to be up. See, the other side don't have a groove on it.
At the
It's got to be
short
pointing
tooth.
up, but there's 3 different positions that go in, so you got to try it 3 times. So I got it.
Kevin and I were so close.
Kevin's not doing anything over here.
Kevin and I were close. I wanted to take it apart and see if we could
All right, we got
ourselves.
the first gear stacked on there. We got a new bearing inside it. We're just going to start stacking parts here. Got a new synchronizer block in there, so we're just going to keep stacking here. I think we got a snap ring. It's got to go under here first, actually.
Snap ring?
Yeah, I need to go back and watch my video. I got him right here, bud. All right, we got the bottom part on. Kevin's been heating up a big washer that we had to pull off in the previous video. Look at that. Did it go down? Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, hit her there, bud. That made it a little easier. Alright.
You got it?
Yep. We gotta put a snap ring in there next.
That side down.
You ready, Chef? Is this hibachi?
Okay, hot plate. Be careful.
The UN. We used the old bearing turned upside down tapped right on there. Got the snap ring in it. I think we're all done on this side. What do you think? I'm just getting grease everywhere. Okay, it's good now, he says.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta stack that side up next.
Synchronized.
Alright, got the shaft flipped over. We're gonna get these gears kind of stacked back up. I had a zip tie them, washing them last time. Kind of get them cleaned up. So our second gear that we had a problem with, the synchronizer's in this stack here. So I basically just took this one apart to clean it all and put new bearings and stuff in it. So be careful. Alright, there's the main shaft all together, new bearings, synchronizer rings, all that good stuff. So this is the second gear side. It was in here, replaced, did replace that center hub and stuff because it had some damage on it when these pieces here broke. But other than that, everything went together. Had to look back at my videos and pictures a couple times. So guys, already took off for the day. I'm going to head out of here in the morning. Me and Kevin may try to get this thing stuffed in the case. So you have to shim each shaft, and they have a special tool that measures the distance and all that stuff. I do not have that tool, so I think what I'm going to do, I ground the outside of these bearings down here. I don't know if you guys can see that, where they'll actually fall down here inside these cases. Easy like that, and I can pull them back out by hand. And of course I got this one stuck. So anyway, we can put that together, and if it's not right, we can pull it back apart, reshim it, and go through that, all that goodness. We tried to use the real bearing, and we'd have to pull them out each time. Not saying we can't do that, but it's hard on stuff, so I just ground the outside of those down. Once we get it all fitting right, then we'll put the right race in there and bearing, and put her together for good. So yeah, she's coming together. Alright, there's the main shaft all together, new bearings, synchronizer rings, all that good stuff. So this is the second gear side. It was in here, replaced, did replace that center hub and stuff because it had some damage on it when these pieces here broke. But other than that, everything went together. Had to look back at my videos and pictures a couple times. So guys already took off for the day. I'm going to head out of here in the morning. Me and Kevin may try to get this thing stuffed in the case. So you have to shim each shaft, and they have a special tool that measures the distance and all that stuff. I do not have that tool, so I think what I'm going to do, I ground the outside of these bearings down here. I don't know if you guys can see that, where they'll actually fall down here inside these cases easy like that, and I can pull them back out by hand. And of course I got this one stuck. So anyway, we can put that together, and if it's not right, we can pull it back apart, reshim it, and go through that, all that goodness. If we tried to use the real bearing, we'd have to pull them out each time. Not saying we can't do that, but it's hard on stuff, so I just ground the outside of those down. Once we get it all fitting right, then we'll put the right race in there and bearing, and put her together for good. So yeah, she's coming together. Alright, so next morning we got the bearings all on here. Got races in the case, on the rear case. Got a bearing on the input shaft. These two here are the ones that's got the shims under them, so they're actually loose. It's the ones I sanded on the outside. So we're going to kind of put this thing together, dry fit, no seals. Probably won't put the shifter forks on. I don't think there's a reason to. Is there? Okay, the first thing's got to go in is that main shaft. See how it goes out. We're still on it. So. You gotta watch where you can grab under there. We shouldn't need to reverse idler for this, should we? We shouldn't dictate anything, should it? No. Just idler gear for putting the two cases together. So that's got to go over like that. And then we got to put this gear in here. Goes. You're just scared.
It went home.
Alright, kind of got these in here. We're missing a couple of synchronizers and stuff that we don't need, and of course seals and stuff. We're going to pull it back apart, but this is an input shaft. So those bearings that's in this case over here are going to set the preload with the shims underneath there. So when we took this apart the first time, this is a little loose, so curious to see how it fits up. So I guess we're ready to throw the top on, ain't we? We have to do something with those bearings because they're wanting to fall out, Kevin. Alright, we got everything assembled. We did have to swap the two races on here. Somebody put them in backwards.
Who did such things?
I don't know, but we got it. Got the two races. The bearings are the same on the outside. The races are what, 40 thousandths difference on the height. So got that figured out. We've got the stock shims in there. We don't have any play. Everything's still rotating free. This input shaft's a lot tighter. We got just a little bit of play. You can't see it. You can feel it, but way better than it was the first time. I like how it feels and everything. So I think Mercedes has that special tool, and they don't really measure backlash that I know of. Most of the guys you see doing videos, they just throw the original shims in them and call it good. I do have a shim kit, but I think we're sitting good. We're gonna take this thing back apart, put our new races in there.
Put it together for real.
Put it together for real. And yeah, we got seals. We got to put sealant on here. But when we put those new races in there, it might tighten us up a little bit more, but we do have a little bit of wiggle room, so I feel good about it. What about you?
I feel great about it. Not my transmission.
Not your transmission. Alright, so we're going to pull out that old bearing that we ground outside of to give it a little clearance, as it's suctioned in there at the grease button. So we're going to pull this one out. We'll put the new one in for good.
Did you get it?
It's coming. We put
my little sausages don't get underneath there like that.
That's what happens when you're nicknamed Sausage Fingers.
Yeah.
We'll clean all the grease off that. So we'll put that shim back in there. Then we'll put the new race in there. I have to get that grease out of there. We'll put that one in there. We'll do the same thing. We got the other races down here in this case now. So we'll take it out, get the new one in there, and yeah. We just got to figure out all the shifter forks and all that stuff. Oh, it's heavy now. Still on the bottom one? Yep. Sure. So it's still got to lean over a bunch. This one's not different. The groove's down on all these, so I'm going to put the groove down that way. Can't lift up the fuzzy. All right, we think we know what we're doing, but we probably don't. We got everything in here. We still got to put the reverse idler in here. Until Kevin broke that part. I don't think that's going to stay in right now. We still have the input shaft to put on there yet, but we're getting there. We're going to put this reverse idler shaft. You got some oil we can put on that? It's right here. So I put that gear in there ahead of time. Sitting back here in the corner, he pulled it out. So we got a bolt that goes through here. I don't see any sealant on this of any kind, do you?
Mm-mm.
Did I get it? Grab something. I think you got her, didn't you?
Yep. You must have read that in a manual or something.
What's that?
That fancy trick he just did there.
This little bolt?
Yeah.
A 6mm bolt?
Yeah, that was some kind of magic trick there, bud.
I got the oil keeper seal in there. I'm gonna get, oh yeah, that's money. Better tighten this up, torque that. You got your clicker out?
Yep.
That might be the wrong size.
Kind of feels like.
All right, I think we're ready to seal. We're gonna double check everything. I think we're ready to seal up. We're gonna use Loctite 515 on these two surfaces and bolt her together. Oh crap, I got my hand in it. Shifter things. Yep. What about your wife? Yeah, shut up when you turn the camera on.
Never mind.
Oh my.
I love you, baby.
Hopefully she doesn't watch
Be
this.
home in a little bit.
Oh. You got 2 months to figure it out, bud.
Yeah.
We got her bolted together. I gotta take off and leave for the rest of the day. We're gonna let this thing sit here and dry and be back and put her back together.
What do you think about it, boss? I won't even stay at work all day.
I gotta go get my stupid truck at Meekum didn't sell.
Hey, there's still 2 days left. It's the bid goes on, bro.
They work for you for 21
Yeah,
days.
did I tell you they called me and they wanted to? They said they got another $1,000 over the last bid. I'm like, you're not even close.
Keep working on it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back. I'd say so.
Got it, bud.
Well, all right, we're back at it. We did pick our truck up from Meekum Auctions. That's where we had to go. You guys been watching. We're trying to sell that truck up, or it did not sell. But anyway, Kevin and the guys are over singing, so we got Mr. Hunter's out of school today. Last day of school. You guys are probably watching this a little bit later, but we put our bolts into our last shift rail here on each side. Got a reverse slide on there. Next thing we're going to do is put our PTO covers on, but I'm not going to reuse the old covers. Those are the old PTO covers. I actually bought a kit. It's got some coolers in it from Fast Coolers. These are basically going to bolt on here, give us a little extra fluid capacity, and they will keep her a little bit cooler. So we're going to get those put on there. They just come with hardware and that kind of stuff. We got a sight glass on one side, so yeah, that'll be pretty handy. And then I think we're about ready to put the thing together, aren't we?
I hope so.
We're going to stab it up in there. Probably put the transmission in the truck first, and then we'll put the transfer case on it after the fact. So one other thing too, I did upgrade is the input shaft sleeve here. You guys notice this one's a little thicker. It's out of cast actually. This was just a stamped steel one, so I did upgrade that too. I've heard those break pretty easy, so it's real thin metal there, so something else we got to bolt on there, but we're getting there. All right, got her up on the transmission stand, got those coolers on there. We got to tighten those plugs up on the coolers here, Hunter. They got these set up where you can run an external cooler, I guess, too. It's got a nice sight glass in here. We'll probably just fill oil up from the top. That way it's a lot easier. So, but yeah, we got all our sensors in. Did put our rear seal in. I think we're ready to go. Got new pivot shaft throwout bearing on there. Looking good, looking good. We're ready to slam her in there, ain't we? All right, Mr. Hunter's getting the transmission up in there. We're gonna stab her in there, ain't we?
Try to.
Okay. Anybody getting tired?
Somewhat. Yeah.
Go up a little bit.
That's pretty close.
You need to go up a little bit, maybe?
That looks almost too high.
Okay. You have to push on the back of it while you twist that shaft. How close are you? Needs to twist a little. Oh, right there. That one started.
Twist.
Nope. There you go. Push a little more and wiggle it. There you go.
Gosh.
You got her, bud. It's just that easy. Alright, we got the transmission bolted up. We're going to try to stab the transfer case in there next. Oh, it's heavy.
You can get back in here. Got it?
Boom. Yep. Alright, we're all but done under here. We gotta tie one wire up there, but we got everything in there and all done. We've got to go, and I'm gonna let that silicone stuff dry overnight real good. I'll come here in the morning, we'll set her down on the ground and put some fluid in her and see what happens, huh?
Yep.
It's either gonna work or it ain't.
Hopefully it'll work.
We'll be back in the morning. Alright, we're back at it. Hunter's gonna go pull the plug out of the transmission, the fill plug. I'm gonna start pouring this oil in. I showed you guys this earlier. This is Hot Shots G56 manual transmission fluid. I've not used it before, but they say it is the stuff you're supposed to use. So originally he's had the ATF 5 or something Chrysler oil in them. It's real thin, as you guys probably know. So this stuff is pretty thick. It's more of a gear oil type stuff. So supposed to help with that. We're going to overfill this. So those PTO covers had that sight glass on there, and I think they've got it raised up higher, but just to verify, Hunter's pulling the factory check plug out. I usually overfilled a quart above that, so I think they have that sight glass set up where it's above that. So we're going to verify that here, and we'll see how many quarts it takes. Alright, so I just got done dumping 2 gallons in the transmission. I think originally I held 6 quarts. Those coolers are adding a couple quarts of capacity, but 2 gallons exactly was enough. I know you want to show them the sight glass. So it started running out that fill hole, and then we put the plug back in there, and it took about another pint or so, almost 2 quarts to get up into that, or another quart to get up in that window.
Yep.
Got oil on my camera, so I don't know if you can hear me, but it started running out the factory fill plug. We put it back in. We put about another pint of oil in it, the rest of the 2 gallons, and that got it up into that sight window. So, but you can fill that from underneath through that PTO cover and get that little bit of extra oil in there. It does help, they say, with gear noise and a little extra lubrication. So yeah, we're gonna get the top of the shifter thrown back in there. Alright, we got everything together. Are you ready?
I think
Got the lifts pulled out.
Yep.
Ready to fire up and see what happens. Alright, let's go in for a drive. Hopefully it backs out the shop here. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think it's gonna run just fine.
Sounds good so far. Find reverse, there's reverse.
We're moving backwards.
That's always a plus. See if our other gears work. First, second, It's all there.
That's good.
Not making any weird noises yet. Take it easy for a little bit and let all the oil get splashed up around here before we go thrashing on it. Got that new clutch in there too. What do you think?
I think it's good. Seems good.
Find out here. This thing's always had a noise in it since it was almost new, and I think I don't hear it now. Got everything on.
Clutch feel good?
It does. Everything feels good so far. So far, so good. Fifth gear. Sixth gear. Like brand new, ain't it?
Feels like brand new.
Do a little downshifting. She's a winner. Just as smooth, if not smoother than it was. We're professional transmission rebuilders.
That's mostly you. I didn't help on a whole lot.
Okay. Alright, I think we're good enough to clean up tools and head back to the shop here. Well, we made her back. I like the transmission. She's feeling better than she ever has. We're going to leave it on this concrete here, make sure we don't have any leaks while we're cleaning stuff up, but I'm very happy with it. I'm actually kind of surprised that it works. Yeah. I had it in a lot of pieces. I know you wasn't here for all of it, so. But yeah, I would stupid Mustangs. Interrupted me. Well, anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, that worked out well. I'm happy we did that. I'd be it's no problem now after you do one, so it wasn't too bad. Just having the right pullers and all that stuff, taking it apart. You guys seen in the previous video, but it all went together very easy. New bearings and shifts. It shifts just as smooth, if not smoother, than it did when it was brand new. So I'm pretty happy with it. But if you guys like this video, do me a big favor, give me a thumbs up there. Hit that button down below. It helps me out a lot. Let YouTube know that we're doing a good job and gets our videos out there. And if you're not done so and you want to see plenty of cool stuff, we got so much cool stuff coming up down the way. I'm not gonna tell you guys what that stuff is, but we got some super cool army truck action coming, don't we?
That's right.
You guys don't want to miss that. Kids are out of school, so Tucker and Hunter will be here helping this summer, and we got plenty of cool action and plenty of tools to put up.
Hooray.
Plenty of parts. We'll catch you guys next time. We appreciate everybody watching. We'll see you later.